Okay. So where were we? We were just discovering...
The second body discovery announcement proves that.
Rediscovering the rediscovery of
So then-
Hifumi's body.
Who killed Hifumi?
Now that is the question, isn't it?
Whoever did is the mastermind, the true killer.
He was killed in the repository. So he must have been killed not long after transporting Taka's body.
So, he must have been killed after Taka's body vanished, but before we found both bodies in the repository.
So now I'm curious as to if Sakura was with Hina the whole time.
During that time, we'd all split up and were searching for Taka's missing body. In other words, during that time, none of us have alibis.
Yeah, that's right.
Wait, but me and Sakura were together.
Stop trying to steal the spotlight, you stupid walrus!
Walrus?
Who are you calling
Wow.
walrus?
Anyway, when they were killed bothers me too. But there's something that's been bothering me even more.
It bothers me because I wasn't around to do it.
And what might that be?
The weapon they used to kill Hifumi.
Ah, that's easy.
Weapon?
Yeah, because I mean, according to the Monokuma file, the way Taka and Hifumi were killed was almost the same. But Justice Hammer 3 and 4 were still laying around in the nurse's office and equipment room, right? So if Hifumi was killed in the repository, the culprit would have had to grab one of the hammers, kill Hifumi, then put the hammer back where they found it.
Nah,
Wouldn't that be seriously risky for him?
Well, at least I know where this line of logic is going.
I'm surprised. It seems there's some semblance of a brain knocking around that skull of yours after all.
God, the digs at these characters are insane in this game.
Hell yeah, it's packed in there good and tight.
My cranium is not very big, so my brain is just barely fitting in there, man, because it's also pretty small.
He's right, though. I don't understand it either.
He's right, though. He doesn't have much of a brain.
The Monokuma file makes it clear that they were killed using similar instruments. But if the hammers were already laying around those other rooms...
So the question is, how could the culprit have gotten their hands on either of the hammers?
God, y'all are so dumb.
Personally, I haven't a clue. So which hammer was used to attack Celeste? Number 1 or number 2?
That
Those
doesn't
were
matter.
accounted for in other rooms too. And I don't think either one is big enough to kill someone.
Any hammer is big enough to kill someone if you try hard enough. Bang, bang, Tallman, silver hammer. I forgot how the melody of that song goes. I thought it would be a good joke to sing Maxwell's Silver Hammer, but then I totally forgot how the song
Is
goes.
it not possible they used a different weapon?
I don't think it is possible. They were both killed with the same kind of thing, right?
So then, what was used to kill Hifumi?
Oh, hammer. I didn't remember the lyrics either, but I also didn't remember the melody. The whole picture surrounding this case won't become clear until we figure that out. Somehow we have to find the truth. Okay, so I should have evidence for, like, the extra hammer, right? Yeah, spotless hammer.
What was used to kill Hifumi?
Yeah, right here.
Was it Justice Hammer 3? Maybe Justice Hammer 4?
Well, whatever it was, there's one thing we have to figure out. How was the culprit able to move around so freely with the weapon? How did nobody witness them carrying it?
Sounds like a Justice Hammer 5 is about to make its appearance! Check out murdergear.com/hammertime for more info!
Well,
Murdergear.com/hammertime. Y'all, against my better judgment, I'm gonna do it. Murdergear.com/hammertime. I'm so scared. Oh, it actually pulled up a site. All right, hang on. We're gonna go to the old display capture for this one. So it looks like Zombie Murder Gear Okay, so that exact website redirected to murdergear.bigcartel.com. So it looks like t-shirts and a couple CDs, or one CD. Zombie the Outbreak CD, $12.50, not bad for a CD. Some zombie t-shirts and a cap and another zombie t-shirt. So that's what happens when you go to murdergear.com/hammertime. Is my playthrough the only playthrough that has gone to this website? Am I the only Let's Player brave enough? At least it doesn't link to a Philippines gambling site. Hey, if I can play some poker, I'll take it.
The murder weapon had to be one of the just.
Oh god. Okay, I think that's what I gotta. Yeah. Check out thebomb.com.
Wasn't a justice hammer at all. No, it was something completely different.
Unless somebody in this game references thebomb.com.
But seriously? A different weapon?
Specifically, a hammer from the repository. The killer could have easily used that to kill Hifumi. Now, all the hammers in the repository were covered in flecks of grit and debris.
Well, why don't you go to thebomb.com and tell me if it's real?
But for some reason, one of them had been scrubbed clean.
Huh?
And the reason it had been scrubbed clean was most likely because it was used to commit murder. If the hammer got covered in Hifumi's blood, of course they'd have to clean it off. I'd also like to point out that the repository has all kinds of hammers.
Big ones, small ones, some the size of your head.
And even some flat mallet-like ones. I think whoever made the Justice Hammers used those as a basis for their design.
If that's true, that would explain the Monokuma file's note about the wounds being similar.
Mm-hmm.
So Hifumi moved Taka's body to the repository, where someone then used a hammer to kill him.
What if, in a bizarre twist of fate, it was Taka that killed Hifumi and we're all just wasting our time here?
That is the true killer. The one Hifumi was working with. And the one who betrayed him. Hold on a moment. I still think it's strange to assume someone was working together with him.
I think I agree with Celeste here.
The way the graduation rule works, there is no benefit to helping someone else carry out a murder.
Yeah.
So the idea that anyone would work together like that is simply ludicrous. We talked about this, did we not?
We did. At least that's what we thought at first, but... Uh-oh. Do I have more health? Do I have 4 hearts now? Spotless hammer. Oh dear.
Based on the rules that have been laid out for us, even if more than one person is complicit in the murder, only the one who actually carried out the act can graduate and survive. Assuming the rule holds true, it is simply impossible that 2 people work together on this.
I don't think it's impossible.
That is how the rule was explained to us.
But that only really applies if there's one murder, right? In this case, however, there were 2 murders.
Okay, so the only things we have are impossible and 2 murders.
Based on the...
So... I think I have to shoot 2 murders at impossible, because it's not impossible that there were 2 murders, because there were 2 murders, right?
Even if more than one, only the one who actually carried out, assuming the rule holds true, it is simply impossible that...
That is how the rule was explained.
But that only really applies if there's one murder, right? In this case, however, there were 2 murders.
I think?
Based on the rules that have been laid out for... Even if more than one person is complicit in the murder, only the one who actually carried out the act can graduate and survive. Assuming the rule holds true, it is...
Hey, I got it right.
Since there were 2 murders, it's at least plausible that more than one person was involved.
What do you mean?
If there'd only been one murder, then yes, the idea of an accomplice isn't really worth considering. Naturally, if only one person can be saved per murder, an accomplice has no risk versus reward benefit.
Yeah.
Risk versus reward benefit?
The payoff for working together. The reward that balances out the risk of taking part in the scheme. There's no point in being someone's accomplice if there's no benefit to you. However, if there were some potential mutual reward for the risk, then cooperation becomes possible.
So this is the exact question I was having beforehand, right?
You're saying that two people could act as each other's accomplices to commit two separate murders.
I think that's what the true killer told Hifumi. They would each have an accomplice for their crime, and based on the case's events, Hifumi would have been the first one to act, murdering Taka.
Yes.
They made him carry out the first murder so he couldn't back out of helping them later on.
So in this case, there wasn't one single person committing multiple murders. Instead, each person killed someone, creating two separate incidents.
Exactly like I
And
said.
it only looked like one person because that's how the true killer designed it to look. A single suspicious individual, a similar weapon used in each crime, disappearing bodies.
So far, this is going exactly how I penned it out. I just don't know who it
By
was.
creating one seamless set of circumstances, they made it look like one person was behind it all.
I'm honestly surprised we got to this point this quick.
The mastermind picked their target and managed to convince him to go along with their plan. And then, to avoid the no accomplices rule, they simply killed their accomplice.
The perfect crime.
Which, if true, means that betraying Hifumi was part of the plan from the very beginning.
That's just awful. How could anyone be so cruel?
I mean, you talked to Hifumi. You know how much he sucked.
You think so? I can't help but admire its cunning. Still, their choice of accomplice seems odd.
The effort made to convince us that the two murders were the same. Kyoko must have noticed that fact from the very beginning, which is why she said not to look at it as a series of connected events, but entirely separate incidents. Yeah, I said that too. I am Kyoko. Kyoko really is amazing. Although, when you think about it, she's almost too amazing. Like, it's almost unnatural how good she is
I
at this.
understand how an accomplice could be involved, but then who was the one pulling Hifumi's strings?
Folks, I swear if there's some kind of time travel involved that she's from the future and has already seen these events play out, then I'm gonna be so upset. She's the ultimate time traveler.
That's problem numero uno right now.
The true killer manipulated Hifumi to carry out a number of actions and in the end murdered him. In the debates up till now, the way the case is unfolded, when you consider all that, there's really only one person who seems to fit. Is there? Oh, fuck. Hold on. Is it Kyoko? Do we need to... Hold on. It's either Kyoko or Celeste. Kyoko's the only one who hasn't given us the alibi, right? And plus, she was the one who was supposed to be on quote-unquote lookout, right? For alter ego. I think we have to present Kyoko. Does this sound correct? I think it does. At least that now we might get some more info. Like, she might have to tell us what she was up to, which she was avoiding earlier. Oh, God. I mean, literally, that's what the lines of dialogue were leading up to, right? So it's not her. It's not Makoto. I don't think we need to present Sakura. I think it's either Kyoko or Celeste. But I think the game wants us to present Kyoko. Like, literally, there was that line where he just said, maybe she's too amazing. What are you basing that on? I'd very much like to hear your explanation.
Shoot!
Oh, piss. Wait, I just remembered. Oh, it is Celeste that I'm supposed to present here. Because we had, lest we forget, the milk tea incident where she wanted him to make the milk tea and he was all like, "Oh, yes, mistress," after he like got it wrong and she scolded him.
Here's my answer.
Yeah, oh god.
It was Celeste.
Ah, so I'm the suspicious individual now, am I? I really do hate this kind of joke.
I'm gonna go ahead and, just to be safe, just because I did take damage again. Trial phase 7. Trial phase 11. Interesting.
A joke? I wonder.
So what you are saying, then, is that I specifically chose to work together with Hifumi. The idea that I would choose to spend any amount of time interacting with him.
I mean, to be fair, that is a legitimate statement.
That I would go within 10 feet of that shit from brains, that lazy, worthless goddamn idiot!
Wow. Celeste! Watch your mouth.
Pardonnez-moi.
If, you know, I took a little bit of French in high school. She just pronounced that pardonne-moi. Shouldn't it be, it should actually be the way it's written, pardonnez-moi. I mean, obviously you don't pronounce the Z, but it should be pardonnez-moi. She mispronounced it, I think.
Just to be clear, there is evidence to support it.
Pardonne-moi is what you would say if you were talking to one person, but pardonnez-moi is when you're talking to a group of people, like she said.
Is that so?
It is. Throughout the investigation, there was certain behavior that was common only to the two of you. Considering what we've learned so far, it only further proves that the two of you were working together.
Encountering the suspicious individual. Pardonnez-moi.
I guess.
Yes.
The behavior they had in common has to do with the suspicious individual in the suit, doesn't it? The only ones who ever actually saw Robo Justice firsthand were Celeste and Hifumi.
Shush. The adults are talking now.
What? But that was correct.
Sorry.
As he said, only Celeste
Yeah.
and Hifumi ever laid eyes on the costume.
And then he goes and repeats what we just said. Fuck off.
If we accept that Hifumi was one of the culprits, we can't help but suspect what Celeste has said as well.
Are you saying everything they told us was a lie?
Yeah, he sucks so bad, but I kind of admire him a little.
After taking Hifumi to the nurse's office, we all began our search for this individual, correct?
Like, he's such a piece of shit, but he's so, like, good at being a piece of shit.
And not too long after that, do you remember what Celeste said?
Yeah, like I said. Yeah, she was the only one who actually saw the guy moving around and was directing everybody around. I brought this up like an hour ago.
We headed to the second floor specifically because of what she claimed to have seen.
Watch, he actually committed the murder somehow.
Next, to draw us all to the physics lab up on the third floor,
She let out a blood-curdling scream.
Oh no, are we gonna get RIP Best Girl?
when we'd all come to see what was wrong, what was it she said? Once she'd done her job of getting us all up to the physics lab, it was time for her partner to get to work.
They came from downstairs. It must have been Hifumi.
It was to get us to divide into two groups. So that we would discover both bodies at the same time?
In fact, Celeste was precisely the one who proposed that we split up.
Yeah, she did. Oh god. No, are we gonna have R.I.P. Best Girl? I'm like preemptively getting sad.
Well, if Celeste and Hifumi were working together, all those chance events suddenly become connected.
But we already know Best Girl actually is Jupiter.
And on top of that, that piercing cry of yours early on.
Ah!
That was to signal Hifumi, wasn't it?
He could hear it all the way from the nurse's office.
It was your way of telling him, we are on the 3rd floor. Everything's going according to plan. Why else would you let out a
Oh,
scream that could
God.
have carried across the sea?
Across the sea?
I just realized another strange thing. When we found Hifumi in the nurse's office, who we now know was only pretending to be dead. Celeste, you were the first one to say he'd been murdered.
Nobody checked his pulse or anything.
You wanted to make sure we wouldn't have any doubt in our minds.
I don't believe it. Everything. The whole thing was one big act.
Hina, you were with Celeste when Hifumi's body disappeared, right?
Yeah. I was feeling kind of sick, so Celeste took me to the bathroom.
Wait. Then that was...
She wasn't worried about you. She just saw a chance to help Hifumi sneak out of the nurse's office.
Oh, God.
Each piece isn't much by itself, but start putting them together and the picture gets very ugly indeed. Wouldn't you agree, Celeste?
I have no idea what you mean.
Oh, man. I'm gonna just go ahead and save again. I'm afraid I'm gonna have to do another bullet time battle, and that went so well for me earlier.
Don't bother trying to deny it. You made one fatal mistake.
Oh, did I?
I didn't even catch it myself when you first said it, but...
You know, we were just talking about him being such a piece of shit, but, like, look at him trying to, like, just straight up bring her down.
Looking back, I can say that that one little slip-up was your undoing.
He may be a piece of shit, but as long as he hasn't murdered anybody, he's gonna do his best to play his part.
What are you talking about?
I'm talking about what you said after...
Oh, whoops. They must really be enjoying this. Enjoying the sight of us standing around frightened and confused. We're all gonna die here. He did fuck with a crime scene for fun, but that was a whole ass case ago.
I remember her saying that too, but I don't understand what's so strange about it.
I get it, because she said we're gonna die just like those guys died. But at that point, we had only discovered the one body.
Then pay attention. Sakura, Toko, and I were first to discover Taka's body in the equipment room.
Oh god, that's such a good little piece of writing.
Then Makoto showed up and told us Hifumi had been killed. So Sakura and I left with Makoto.
Unless I'm misremembering
Once
that.
we were in the hall, we ran into Celeste, and the 4 of us headed to the nurse's office. Now, the entire time we were together, none of us said anything about
Yeah,
Taka
no, I
being
got
dead.
it.
Think about it. Celeste's comment doesn't make sense. It was completely out of place.
Oh god, that's such a good thing to like go back and on a previous playthrough be like, aha, this is the time.
Yeah, I see what you're talking about.
You hear that, Celeste? Everyone's having some trouble understanding. Could you repeat what you said? If you're really not the culprit, you shouldn't have any problem repeating it, right?
Byakuya said that Celeste's comment doesn't make sense. What is... Oh, come on. I got it. I literally just said it.
All I said was, they must really be enjoying this. Enjoying the sight of us standing around, frightened and confused. They must be positively elated. We are all going to die here. We are going to die, just like those guys died.
Oops. Oh, at least I didn't
That is
take
all I
damage.
said.
And that's all it takes to finish this. What was so strange about Celeste's comment?
Alright. I just clicked the wrong mouse button.
Enjoying the sight of us, they must be. We are all going to die here.
We are going to die, just like those guys died.
Oh, God.
Shoot!
All
Now.
I said was.
All right, I gotta grab a different one.
The sight of us standing, or they must be.
We are all going to die here. We are going to die, just like those guys died.
And that is all I said.
And that's all it takes to finish this. It's obvious, isn't it? What was so strange about Celeste's comment?
All I said was they must.
I have a feeling I need to put so strange to both. Or both of them, or whatever it was.
We are going to die, just like those.
There we go.
No, that's wrong.
Makoto really is.
That's right. There's no reason Celeste should have said, just like those guys died. When she said that, none of us had told her Taka was dead.
Exactly. And we didn't run into her until after we were all out in the hall. So there was never any chance for her to have seen his body in the equipment room for herself.
So how did you know, Celeste? How did you know more than one person had been killed? And how did you know they were both guys?
Well, y'all have been pretty bad about misgendering people. So I'm going to give that statement, like, a pass.
Because Kyoko had also disappeared, right? So she could have been dead too.
You all have such vivid imaginations. You know that?
Imaginations?
You claim that I was lying when I told you about the suspicious person I saw.
I love that Byakuya and Celeste are right next to each other. So as we're doing the dramatic pans, they're both, like, still within frame.
Then what about the picture I took?
Staged.
How do you explain this picture of the costumed villain dragging Hifumi
So,
away?
I don't think I ever said it, but I definitely thought it, that what if the photo is staged? When I forgot that Celeste took the photo, I thought Hifumi had staged it, because I thought Hifumi had built the suit and then staged the picture for himself being choked out by it as evidence. But then I was like, oh, Celeste took the picture. But now, like, he had to have built the suit and they staged the photo and she took it. There's no timestamp on the photo. Like, we don't know when that photo was taken. It could have been at any time.
It has to be some kind of setup, right?
Hero actually correct for once in his life. I think I've said that like 2 or 3 times today, so maybe the 3rd time in his life he's been correct.
So let's put the suit on, and then she used the camera's timer to...
Have you so quickly forgotten? You are the only one who could have possibly fit into that suit. Plus, I happen to know that this particular camera does not have a timer. In other words, it is an unassailable fact that this is a picture of Hifumi being dragged away.
Yeah, but we don't know when the photo was
Everything
taken.
I told you was a lie. How can this picture exist?
Simple. Are we sure that's really a picture of the suspect dragging Hifumi away?
What could you possibly mean by that?
Yeah, correct for half a second, and then like, what was that statement he made earlier about his brain fitting perfectly in his head? Just my cranium is so small, man.
Surely there are other explanations than the one you've offered up.
No, there is no other explanation.
Except there is. If it wasn't a picture of the suspect dragging Hifumi away, the only other possibility is Hifumi and the suspect had been drinking. Hifumi is dragging the suspect away. What? Hifumi and the suspect are dancing? None of these make sense.
I got it!
I guess that's
It's
correct
not
then.
A picture of the suspect dragging Hifumi away.
That was the least wrong sounding one.
I would say it's a picture of Hifumi dragging the suspect away.
That's certainly within the realm of possibility. The one being dragged off in that picture isn't Hifumi, but the person in the robot suit. We've simply been led to believe that it's the other way around. And the strange costume might only exist to lead us astray even farther. If you saw someone wearing something like that in this situation, of course you'd notice and be suspicious.
Sorry if that picked up. There was like a piece of something in my microphone.
That's what happened! You put me to sleep and made me out to be the bad guy in all this!
Such a thing is utterly impossible. Hifumi was dragging him away? Ridiculous.
Is it? I don't think it's ridiculous at all.
Then shut your mouth and allow me to educate you.
Damn. That's a savage line. Celeste thinks she can prove there's no way Hifumi was dragging the suspect away. But is that really possible? God, here we go. Robo Justice costume, Yasuhiro's message, Robo Justice blueprints. Shit.
You dressed me up in that suit after I passed out. Then you just draped me across Hifumi and had him carry my weight. You tried to make me look like the bad guy.
Like I said, ridiculous. As you can see in the picture, the suspect is standing perfectly upright. If the person inside the suit was unconscious, there's no way they could stand up straight like that.
Then the fortune-telling idiot is the culprit after all!
No way!
Wait, I think I got it. Robo Justice costume in standing up straight. Because they would have no choice but to stand up straight because they can't do anything else, right?
You dressed me up in that suit after I passed out. Then you just draped me across Hifumi. You tried to make me look like the bad guy.
Like I said, ridiculous. As you can see in the picture, the suspect is standing perfectly upright. If the person inside the suit was unconscious, there's no way they could stand up straight.
Yeah.
No, that's wrong.
I will say it is satisfying. Like when I played through Ace Attorney,
Even if the person inside the suit were unconscious, they could still stand up like that.
when you're playing through Ace Attorney, the game tends to stop the music whenever you present a correct piece of evidence. So it was kind of one of those things, like if you presented evidence but the music still kept playing, you're like, ah, shit, I got it wrong. But if you heard the music like stop when the objection happened, you're like, ooh, yeah, I got it. So there's something kind of satisfying about the like, I got it, that pops up there, like when you like shoot a thing, or no, when the statement you shot at like explodes, you're like, yup, that was it.
Because that Robo Justice suit had a certain characteristic.
Yeah, can't bend at the waist. Also, once again, we get this wonderful face from Hina. Just take a second to admire it. Look at her hand. Look at her fingers. Look at her mouth. Just admire this picture once again, this screenshot.
That's right! They totally made a mistake when they made it, so it couldn't bend at the waist.
I'm not so sure that was a mistake. I think the suit was designed from the beginning to be used the way it was.
Celeste and Hifumi took the suit they'd specially designed and stuffed Hiro into it. That's how they were able to fake that whole thing. The point of it all was to make us believe whoever was in the suit was to blame.
Also, you kind of just like put him up on your back, right? And you kind of just hold him up from your shoulders. That was a poor line delivery, actually.
Well then, I suppose this is checkmate.
Checkmate?
Dang. It's not checkmate yet. Oh, is this the breakdown already?
Don't make me laugh, you idiot! What do you mean, checkmate?
Ooh, Celeste.
Celeste?
Yeah, same.
Clearly, you want to cram me into your little guilty box. Well, there's one little problem. Have you already forgotten what Hifumi told us as he lay dying?
Yeah, but that's just a...
We asked him who had attacked him. His answer was quite clear, was it not? He said, and I quote, Yasuhiro.
Yeah, but like he was also like fully dedicated to you, right? Like once again, the milk tea thing.
In other words, Yasuhiro Hakakure!
Right, but my name isn't really Yasuhiro. It's actually Taro.
What?
Your confusing statements don't make any sense. You're only making things more complicated.
The fuck?
He did say Yasuhiro, but are we sure he was really pointing the finger at Hiro?
What the hell are you talking about? I'll burn you alive!
I'll burn you alive?
Kyoko, what do you mean by that?
Think back to how Hifumi used to talk to us. How did he refer to each of us?
Oh. Did he give everyone nicknames? Oh god, I don't remember. Oh god, it's either last names or nicknames. I legitimately don't remember here. I think he gave people nicknames.
Shoot!
Piss.
Think
I
back
thought
to
wrong.
How did he refer to each of us?
I got it!
Dang it.
That's right. Our last names. He called us all by our last names.
I never paid attention. Yeah, it does seem weeb-like.
Exactly.
Damn
I
it.
know I heard him say Mr. Naegi more than once, for example.
Well, I'm sorry I didn't pay attention to my least favorite character's speech patterns.
So if Hifumi did mean to say Hiro's name, he would have said his last name, Hagakure.
I'm sure it was just incidental. By chance, his first name.
He had brain damage.
Indecent?
Don't talk.
Please, thank you. Thank you, Byakuya.
Random chance. Now isn't that a convenient explanation? No. There's no reason to think he would have said the name any different than normal.
Hold on. I just want to take this opportunity to know if Celeste, I mean, it seems like she is going to be pegged for this one, by the way. But her punishment, murder, execution needs to be her being strapped down to like a roulette wheel, right? And then it spins and somehow she dies from it.
But he must have run out of energy before he could say any more.
So Hifumi was trying to tell us the last name of whoever killed him?
But the name he said doesn't apply to anyone here.
Yo, we don't know Celeste's full name, do we? She's just Celeste.
Well, no. Hold on. There's one person it could apply to.
Oh, fuck.
And that's Celeste. She never actually told us what her real name is.
No way.
What did you just say? To think you take your false accusation so far, I don't know whether to laugh or spit. Come on! Enough with your idiotic blather. Yasuhiro is a loser's name. Do I look like a loser to you?
Oh, shit. Hold on a second. When I look at Truth Bullets, each student has their own e-handbook, which also acts as a card key. The owner's name is displayed each time the handbook is booted up. So, I was wondering where this was going to come into play, because I think Kyoko said, like, hey, you might need this, but e-handbook might come into play. Are we going to look at her e-handbook to see what her name is? Is that what's going to nail her? Oh, fuck.
Well, do I? What? I think I've earned the right to be a little on edge.
And yeah, her hair looks like tornadoes.
Okay, then fill us in. What's your real name?
Make sure your ear holes are wide open and listen up! My real name is Celestia Ludenberg. Could you please stop making me repeat myself over and over again?
Show us your book. Celeste still won't give up. So then, I have to do something to make her accept it. Oh shit, should I have saved again? E-handbook. Yes, e-handbook. Let's go. My oracle magic is popping off.
Hifumi was trying to tell us something. He wanted us to know the killer's last name, Yasuhiro.
If there's one person here who might have that last name,
It would have to be you, Celeste. You haven't told anyone what your real name is.
how many times do I have to tell you? My name is...
Celestia Ludenberg, god damn it!
Why is that upside down?
How long do you plan to go on pretending?
I'm not pretending. It's the truth. And since you have no way to contradict me,
Yeah, there we go. See, like I said, when the statement explodes, it's very satisfying.
That's it. The handbook.
What?
Anytime you turn your handbook on, it shows the owner's name when it boots up, right? Monokuma told us all about it before.
This handbook is absolutely vital to a healthy school life, so don't lose it!
That was my Monokuma, by the way. When you start it up, it will display... I'm not doing it again. It will display your name. Always make sure you have the right one. Now, this is not your everyday handbook. Notebook. It has so many more uses than that.
So all we have to do is check our
Real talk, though.
handbook,
How is my
and that'll clear
Monokuma?
up everything.
I did my Golem yesterday. My Monokuma today.
That's how we can find out Celeste's real name.
All that's left is Hootie! Hoot hoot!
that's an invasion of privacy. I refuse to cooperate.
Celeste, can you please just tell us what really happened? Please, just tell us.
Everyone in my Owl House videos loves when I do the Hootie voice.
Even when I'm put in check, it's just my nature not to give up. Because
Because of a wonderful whiz. Oh fuck! What was? because of a wonderful whiz he was. But da 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 da. We're off to see the wizard.
Until the game's over, you never know what might happen!
Fine then. Let me settle it. Let me go over the case again, from the beginning, and shed light on all your crimes.
All right. I always fuck these up. What's the phase 14? Okay.
And that'll bring everything to an end.
Because of the wonderful things he does. That's the line. I haven't seen Wizard of Oz in so long. Okay. All right. So what do we got? We got Justice Hammer 4. All right. I got 24 minutes for this, guys. All right. So let's start at the top. We got a ball. We got a backpack. We got a camera. The watch. Potato chips. The poster from the other case. Hammer with blood on it. Hifumi. What is he doing there? Making a gremlin face. Justice Hammer 4. Hifumi walking. 1 o'clock. Okay, so 1 o'clock and Hero. And Justice Hammer 2 and 3. Okay. So Hifumi meeting with person. Let's work our way backwards. Well, that's got to be Hammer with blood on it, right? Because that's when they actually hit him. Act 6? Fuck me, dude. This is so long. Okay. Alright, so what is he doing here? Alright, wrapping the body up. Okay, so obviously this is him okay, so that's what he's doing. He's pushing the bot. Yeah, he's pushing the body and then he unwraps it. Got it. Yo, look at... It's weird to see all these characters, like, illustrated, like, in other art styles that isn't, like, their character PNGs. Okay, so, Hifumi wiping blood on himself. In the nurse's office. He had to get it on the Justice Hammer 3, right? Because that's the one he said he got hit with. Also, I love this picture of him getting choked out by the robot. Okay, so them taking a picture, that's gotta be... It's gotta be right there, right? That's got to be 1 o'clock, right? Unless these two are interchanged. But I think the time would come first between them meeting up, right? And I guess him meeting with them... Alright, so this is pointless. This is pointless. I think the 6 a.m. is pointless. This is from the first case, right? This is from the first trial? So the only things that are left are Justice Hammer 2 and 4. So if I'm reading this correct... Okay, so this has got to be the 6 a.m., right? He checks his watch. It's just after 6. He's like, yo, where the fuck is this guy? Then Hifumi comes in and hits him. This is when we have the bloody Justice Hammer 4, right? Yeah, because he's got the number 4 right here. And so what are we missing here? No, that's not Justice Hammer 2 though, is it? He got hit by hit with quotation marks by number 3. And that would be him putting the blood on number 3, right? So what is this one? So Celeste is saying, hey, Makoto, here's the picture of that guy choking out Hifumi. Was it Celeste that got hit by Justice Hammer number 2? I'm just trying to figure out what goes here. That's in the library. I don't think it's this backpack, but I'm not 100% sure. I don't remember a backpack ever coming into play. All right, hold on. Let me just start from the beginning and kind of work my way through just to kind of double check my work, see if there's anything I got wrong that I might need to change. Oh, he has a backpack here. I see that there's potato chips on the table here, but I don't think that has anything to do with anything. The only thing I can think of is if this is wrong, but he's sweaty here, and it makes sense that it would be part of this panel, right? Of them meeting and coming up with their plan, Act 1. Act 2 is they're getting Hiro to show up, so Hiro makes sense there. They stuff him in the suit, stage the picture, and take the picture. And then 5 hours later, they kill Taka, or the Taka Mondo amalgamation, right after 6, so this makes sense. He smacks him, gets the hammer all bloody, that makes sense. This is the one thing I don't have the correct thing for. Unless it is the backpack? He had the backpack in the other one. We can't... I guess he's still wearing the backpack here. He's still wearing the backpack there. But does the backpack have anything to do with it? The potato chips aren't part of it. This poster isn't part of it. The ball isn't part of it. That was from case 1. The only other thing I can think of is Justice Hammer number 2, but I don't think that has anything to do with this. Anyway, he walks in, he gets the hammer all bloody. They find his quote-unquote body. And he gets up, and he wraps Taka's body, pushes it. And he shows up, he says, "Hey, did I do a good job?" And she just, like, kills him with that hammer. I think I'm good?
The killer is you! Before anything, the killer persuaded someone to help carry out the murder. And that person was...
I don't know if this means I got it right.
Hifumi. With an accomplice, the killer was able to execute a number of otherwise impossible schemes.
It's Mr. TikTok.
First, they convinced someone to meet them in the rec room last night at 1 in the morning.
Okay.
That someone they met with was Hiro. The murderous duo intended to pass Hiro off as the prime suspect. So when they met up with him, they drugged him, knocked him out, and stuffed him into the Robo-Justice suit.
All according to plan.
Hifumi positioned himself to make it look like Robo-Justice was attacking him, while the killer used a digital camera to take pictures of the assault. They did all this just to create evidence that would put the suspicion on Hiro. When they were done with him, they shoved him.
Oops. I accidentally clicked through.
And then finally, at 6 a.m., they moved into the murder phase of their plan. They called Taka to the equipment room.
Got him.
And that's where Hifumi killed him, making it the scene of the first murder. The murder weapon was Justice Hammer 4, which was left there in the equipment room. The reason Hammer number 4 was used was to create confusion about the order of the crimes.
See, this backpack is where I'm
Next,
confused.
they falsified 2 more assault incidents. For these attacks, the killers pretended to be the victims to solidify Robo-Justice as the suspect. The first fake incident was the attack in the rec room. There, the killers wanted us to see Justice Hammer 1 and the Robo-Justice pictures they'd taken.
Oh, I think I might have fucked up.
They wanted to make sure we bought the surprise attack story. The second fake incident was the attack in the library. This time, they planted Justice Hammer 2 and an injured Hifumi to sell us that. With these 2 incidents, the killers were able to create a certain preconception in our minds that the suspect was increasing the size of the hammers and attacking people in order as they did. We fell right into their trap and started looking for the suspect based on that. But
Dang it. Okay. So I think I need the Justice Hammer too?
Here's exactly what happened.
Okay.
So, for the first there, they want to set this with these two that the suspect we felt.
Okay. So now I think I got it right.
While we did that, this was exactly what Hifumi was hoping for.
Yeah, my grade is going to be awful, I
He
think.
took a blood packet from the refrigerator, and Justice Hammer 3
I love that he's having like a magical girl transformation here with the blood.
and turned the room into a crime scene, in which he himself had apparently been brutally murdered. He let out a scream to draw us back, and when we returned, that's what we found. Meanwhile, the other group that had been out searching found Taka's body at the same time. So when we heard the body discovery announcement, we naturally assumed it was for Hifumi. We left the nurse's office, and Hifumi once again took advantage of the situation. He simply got up and made his escape. When we learned his body had disappeared, we all rushed back to the nurse's office, and once again, Hifumi had the chance he was waiting for. This time, he snuck into the equipment room.
I'd like to point out, by the way, that like pretty much
Taka's body in a tarp and used the dolly to move it all the way down to the repository.
everything I laid out like came true in this case. Like I pretty much called the case like top to bottom. I just didn't know who it was who was the mastermind in the plot.
That explains how each of the bodies disappeared. But even Hifumi didn't know what the true killer had in mind for their final act. Their plan all along was to kill Hifumi and get rid of the one person who could betray them.
I did suspect Celeste at one point, but I also suspected like Sakura, and I think I suspected like one other person as well, maybe. But it was one of those things where I just wasn't 100% sure.
And they did it using an ordinary, everyday hammer from the repository. That should cover everything that happened in this case. And the villain behind it all is...
What is this? Are they kissing? Yeah, Celeste was my favorite character.
Sorry, you lose.
I guess eventually everyone's favorite character dies, right?
I lost? When was the last time I was forced to utter such words?
You made a bad bet.
They hang heavy around my neck.
Then you admit it? You're the killer?
Listen to you, trying to take charge, as if you're my private instructor. I, Celestia Ludenberg. Actually, no. Taiko Yasuhiro is fine.
Ooh, there we go.
Keiko?
So, you finally accepted it.
I'm the kind of person, once I've lost, I don't like things to drag on.
Interesting.
Well, that's one hell of a speech. She's done. Oh, shit. Okay. Yo, we got an A. That's better than I was expecting. I came very close to death. Thank you, Monokuma.
Okay, Monokuma. I'm ready to begin. Or, no. I suppose this is the end, isn't it?
I literally got an A. I'll take it.
It is indeed the moment we've all been waiting for. Time to vote. Okay? Okay. If you would, please locate your lever and cast your vote. And when the votes are tallied, who will become the blackened?
Gee, I fucking wonder.
Will you make the right choice or the dreadfully wrong one? What's it gonna be? What's it gonna be?
Yeah, of course it's a slot machine for Celeste. So is she going to be tied to a roulette wheel? I really hope so. It's basically a formality at this point, but once again, you're totally correct. The black in this time, the true killer who devised the whole stinking scheme was Celestia Ludenberg, or more precisely, Taeko Yasuhiro.
Honestly.
Well, that sucks. That's rough, buddy. I guess trying to work with someone else was a mistake after all. Hifumi's ineptitude was beyond all my calculations. I'm sure he relied on her specialty, lying. Don't make me laugh. I didn't have to lie to get him to agree. I knew you'd figure it out, Kyoko. You're absolutely right. To get Hifumi to act as my accomplice, I used her. Alter ego? For everyone who's still left, I'll avoid mentioning him by name, but it was the one thing Hifumi and Taka were both super into.
Say what?
Oh. Yo, I like this. That even, like, after she's caught, she's still not ratting out about alter ego. That's pretty cool.
Just a second.
I'm totally out of the loop as usual. How sad.
In other words,
Indeed.
I see.
Use it to drag Hifumi into the plan you've come up with. After we had our meeting about how it had disappeared, I pay Hifumi a little visit.
What are you doing here?
Actually,
I was hoping I could talk to you. Alone. It's about what was stolen. I know who did it. 'Twas me.
are you okay with this?
Oh, it was Taka.
So then,
And I have proof. I found a use for the digital camera. I'd taken you-know-what to Taka's room earlier and took pictures of it there. I deleted the picture as soon as I showed it to Hifumi.
Damnation!
How'd he do it? She was supposed to yell if either of us got close to her. Which is why Taka forced me to steal it. Interesting.
as for me,
Oh, you manipulative little bitch.
Oh.
as for me,
He came to my room last night unannounced, and then it's hard for me to even say. He abused me.
What?
He said if I did not do as he asked, he would show them to everyone. So I had no choice.
Damnation!
Wow. Holy shit. I knew he'd gone a little crazy, but I never imagined he would go that far. It was amazing how completely he bought it. I can't express how enjoyable that was.
I'm about to say something I've never said before in my life. I'm gonna kill him. I'm gonna fucking kill him.
most unfortunate.
If you go now, you'll be playing right into his hands.
Actually,
Taka's planning to use her to escape. And he's made you his target. Taka's gonna try to kill you.
indeed.
And also he can keep her to himself.
Bastard, 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 bastard.
Honestly,
Can we allow him to continue with these barbaric acts? Absolutely not. How could I? She.
I swear, I will save her!
actually,
Would you like to join with me? It just so happens I've come up with a plan. I've devised a way to reclaim what he has stolen and escape this dreadful school. And with that, 'tis complete. Oh, don't worry about that. I didn't mean to say that bit out loud. I said the quiet part out loud. Hifumi agreed without a second thought. The effect that item had on him was remarkable. The power of love, even to love as twists that, can still drive people mad, it would seem.
I see.
Ah, so you've discussed me. I have another question for you. What was that strange costume Hifumi's creation? All I asked him to do was make something to hide the face and general body size. I had no idea he'd make something like that. But it's my fault for picking him in the first place.
But
Because you're stupid. Got him.
see.
I'm so glad your stupidity surpassed my every expectation. Life must have been tough on your parents. Wow. I feel like I could cry. What was Hifumi supposed to do after that, assuming you would actually let him live?
Are you okay with this?
After he did his part and pretended to be dead once someone showed up, I told him to say he'd been seriously wounded, he was on the verge of death, but just barely held on. That wasn't all there was to it. As I explained to Hifumi, the plan was, while you were all questioning him about what had happened to him, I was going to murder someone else. At that point, Hifumi would have an alibi, so nobody could doubt him. I told him that, and he believed it. I just matched the lie to the level of the opponent. In fact, Hifumi ate it up. He believed the lie wholeheartedly right up until the moment of his death.
So in the end...
Poor bastard. But of course, look at that shit-eating grin. After all this, she can still pull off that shit-eating grin. There would have been no point to my plan if the one who pretended to be dead did not end up dead himself.
Well,
I simply did everything in my power to win. Now you sound like Byakuya, dude.
I wonder about that.
He derives pleasure from the thrill of the hunt. In that aspect, we are nothing alike.
Why?
What the heck?
Was it really just for money? That is a lot of money, but it's not all there is to it. From the moment our new life here began, my only thought has been escape. I gotta get back to the casino. They're giving other people my comps. All along you've been saying how we have to accept living here.
You little bitch.
Obviously that was a lie.
Hey!
I couldn't take it. I hated it. More than anyone else in here.
You little bitch.
That's a really good line delivery. I was just talking with somebody that one of my favorite line deliveries in all of film is from Aliens. And it's Sigourney Weaver saying, "Get away from her, you bitch." It's so good. I wanted to get out. Every day was fresh torture. And do you know why?
This is fine.
Because I had a dream. And accepting a life here had meant nothing less than giving up on my dream forever.
Honestly.
In the underground world of gambling, I risked my life to make a metaphorical killing.
As for me,
And it was all for that dream.
isn't it wonderful?
To live in a European castle. Celeste, we gotta talk. Oh my. And together, handsome men from all over the world to serve as my butler / bodyguards. I was going to make them dress up like vampires and satisfy my every need. What the fuck? Once I obtained that, I would have created a perfectly aesthetic world of decadence.
This is fine.
Living the rest of my life there was my only dream, my only goal. Holy shit. That's what life is all about. Combined with my own winnings, Monokuma's $10 million would have made that dream a reality. I got right to the edge, but unfortunately my dream has been scattered to the wind. Still, I don't have any regrets. I pursued my dream till the very end, so why would I? You sound so passionate. Those men kissing your feet. But you were really able to kill your own friends for it? Hifumi was not my fucking friend. Let's get that straight. I think nothing of sacrificing others for my own ends. I feel nothing.
Understand?
That's all there is to me. That's what makes me complete. Isn't it terrifying how different our values are? There's simply no room for understanding.
What is this?
How can you be so calm? Don't you realize you're about to die? Why aren't you scared? I'm waiting in my cold cell when the bell begins to chime. My ability to lie is unrivaled, and I take pride in that. It's not just other people. I can fool my own emotions. The conscious deceives the unconscious. And that's why you're not scared?
Yes, indeed.
That's right. I don't fear death. Kill me however you like. Preferably on a roulette wheel. You know, if I could be reincarnated, if I had a choice, then
Isn't it wonderful?
I think I'd like to come back as Marie Antoinette. What?
Hey.
You just get executed again. Hero, right for the 4th time today. Let's go. Celeste smiled, and when she did, it looked to me like a poor effort to force it. She claimed she could fool her own feelings, but that statement itself must have been her final lie. And that weak, fake smile is what betrayed her.
Thrills, chills, kills!
The Blackened disturbed the peace and must pay the price.
Now then, I've prepared a very special punishment.
For her, the ultimate gambler.
Let's give it everything we've got. It's punishment time!
Yes! Kill!
I guess I'll let Kyoko hold on to this. What?
What?
Will it really give you the hope you're looking for? I can't say I ever saw it that way. Which is why... Actually, it's not important.
Is that like a hotel room key for her favorite, like, casino hotel?
Well then, take care, everyone. Perhaps we'll meet again. In another life.
Aww. R.I.P. best girl. But let's see this death, though. Celeste has been found guilty. Time for the punishment. Well, I see that castle. Oh god, is she gonna get vampires to like suck all her blood out or something? Is that how she's gonna die? The burning of the Versailles witch. Well, this is not what I expected. Let's crank the little volume up here on this cutscene. So she just gets burned at the stake then. Oh, what did that say? She's gonna get like run over by this fire truck. I guess so. And there she goes. Why did it linger on that shot for so long of Monokuma? It's over. The 3rd execution. Celeste's death is over. Celeste killed my friends, so I can't pity her, but I also can't deny that at one point I considered her a friend too. She was best girl after all. And for him to just come along and... Isn't it just awful? Someone couldn't cut free of their regrets from the outside world, so more people had to die.
Extreme!
You guys are still young. You need to place more value on your lives.
What are you gonna do?
And here I thought you guys were going to pass the torch of hope to the next generation. Time to stand Toko now. Hell no. It's Hina time, baby.
Let me out of here!
I'll throw it in the trash if you just let me out of here. Except Hina's probably next to die. Her or Sakura are going to die next, I think. It's my destiny to knock you down one by one. It's sad, yes it is. But that reality just can't be avoided. Don't talk like you're not responsible. Stand. Fuck no, I'm not going to stand hero. How long are you going to make us keep going through this? What do you want from us? I'm so sick of people asking me that. Give it a rest already. So anyway, Kyoko, did I see you get some kind of key type object from Celeste?
Hey!
Yeah, what is that?
What?
So then,
I'll answer your question if you answer mine.
you...
What did you do? What did you do to me?
Ooh.
Hey,
What? What did you do to my body?
Ooh, how exciting.
What the fuck? I don't know anything about it. The mastermind did something to Kyoko's body. What is that? What does that mean?
Hello. Well,
Monokuma just dips.
see
Bye.
ya later.
Monokuma disappeared, leaving us all depressed and in despair. Although it wasn't all despair, there was one small hope.
so...
It's the key to one of the dressing room lockers.
Huh?
Interesting. Oh, alter ego. Okay.
Hey,
Indeed.
We left the courtroom and rushed to the dressing room. As we approached the dressing room, Kyoko looked back at us
Hey.
and said, "Everyone else head to the dining hall. I'll check with you later."
So...
As she spoke, she glanced quickly at the surveillance
Come
camera.
on. What?
I think this is where I want to cut it for here. I guess technically I can just keep with my original save, right? It still says it's in the middle of the trial, but hey, you know what? I think we got there. But of course, just gotta double check just to make sure. Oh, but I think we're good. I think I'm gonna cut Danganronpa right here. Now that the trial proper is over.